circuit, side by side. The Caribbean Motor Racing Championship Round 2 at the Wallerfield Racetrack in Trinidad. You asked for more speed, and we've got it. Soca One Entertainment brings Walk Up Wednesday, starting Wednesday, July 1st at Freddy's Smoke Bar, Barker's Road, Titchmore, St. Michael. Your DJs, Style Speed and Hyper Squad. Let me tell you how to get there. From Bussa Roundabout, go northwards to the Norman Niles Roundabout, make the second left after Bussa, and you're there. It's a free Soca Lime. Walk Up Wednesdays from July 1st at Freddy's Smoke Bar, Barker's Road, Titchmore, St. Michael. The second round of the Seaboard Marine Caribbean Motor Racing Championship took a trip down south to the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The backdrop for the array of highly tuned weapons of speed was the former Air Force base now called Wallerfield. Drivers used the area for racing before it was stopped in 2006, but racing returned once again in 2014. Father's Day was the date set for their international race meet, the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship Round 2, and drivers from Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, the Cayman Islands, and host country Trinidad and Tobago descended on the Wallerfield circuit. The Wallerfield Racetrack is new to the Race 1 camera lens, and each time we tried to turn off our cameras, they kept starting up on their own, each and every time. We believe the lens wanted to capture everything, so here we go. It's qualifying day, and we will show you all our stubborn camera lens took. We want you to feel as though you were there. A Ford Fiesta, more familiar to the rally scene, powered by a Ford 2-liter Duratec engine. Now check out this hotness. It's a Renault Megane, owned by Franklin Boudram. He also owns the Fiesta. Guyana's Mark Vieira in the mix. Now to the big story on the day. The rotary-powered Mazda RX-3 out of Barbados.
Mark Maloney, a very interesting period with the car leading up to this event. Tell us about it.
Spent the last month rebuilding the car. Finished it off on Friday morning, yesterday morning. We're happy with the work that we had done to get it finished, and I came up here yesterday, got here late for qualifying, so took it out to do a little practice last night and did a little damage to the engine. We had some contamination in the lines, and the several filters that we have through the system obviously didn't pick up all of it, and got a little bit into the engine and damaged one of the seals. So really late last night, and didn't have a chance to be able to take the car, take the engine apart and build it back and get it ready. So we'll sit out of this one and get ready for the next one in Barbados. The sport is what it is. You can do all the preparations in the world, but things happen, and we've been through this here before, and we're really happy with the way the car looks. It's 300 pounds lighter than it was before. Just from the little bit of testing that I did out on the track last night, it feels real well and it's promising. So we'll be here to support Team Barbados for today and look forward to contesting in the International in Barbados.
So you'll be ready for September then?
Absolutely. you know, the truth is, if what happened last night had happened a day before, we would have been able to get the engine down and get it fixed. But it's just too close to the wire, and you know, when you're dealing with what we're dealing with, it doesn't make sense at midnight last night to pull down the engine and to try to get it ready for today. With all the best intentions, it would be probably an effort in futility and end up only damaging it worse. So we decided to sit out and support the team for today.
So then, for the CMRC Group 2 qualifying, reigning Group 2 champion Mark Thompson got pole ahead of Guyana's Shiraz Roshandin in the green and yellow Honda Civic. Barbados' Tremaine Ford Catwell, he's just 15 years old now, and he qualified a bit further down the field. Group 4 now, reigning CMRC champion Guyana's Christian Jeffrey got pole in record time of 40.2 seconds. The previous record was 41.6, set by Holland's Frans Verschuur. Trinidad's 19-year-old Christian Budu Singh was second fastest. On to race day at Wallerfield Trinidad. Well, almost Waterfield. The rains came, and some were wondering if the meet would actually happen. But it did, and it's time to go racing. Barbados' Mark Thompson in his Honda Civic was on pole for the first race in the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship Group 2 class. But despite this, it was Guyana's Shiraz Roshandin in the yellow and green Honda Civic that got the perfect start and went ahead. Thompson had to initially fight Trinidad's Mark Gill to stay in second place. Thompson had set a blistering time at qualifying, which was almost 2 seconds faster than the second person on the grid, but was now made to come from the second position in order to battle for the lead.
Guyana is in front, Barbados just behind Mark Gill of Trinidad in the Civic, down into the bottom third. Caribbean Motor Series 2, up on the inside.
Thompson slips on the inside of Roshandin, and it takes less than a lap for him to move into the lead. The battle for fourth was between Trinidad's Harish Nanan and Guyana's Kamal Rehaman. Yazid Ali from Trinidad was hot on their heels. And they were followed by Guyana's Ryan Rehaman and Trinidad's Damien Nesbitt. Barbados' Tremaine Ford Catwell was finding it hard to keep up with the front runners in the pack. Mark Thompson was starting to stamp his authority in the class and was pulling away. There were battles for second and fourth place throughout the racing. Thompson went on to claim victory in the first race, while Guyana's Shiraz Roshandin was second and Trinidad's Mark Gill third. Danny Grasot was on pole for the Group 3 CMRC race, but it was Paul Vieira who got the best start on the grid and popped from behind to slingshot to the front. It was Guyana's Afraz Ali who led coming out of the first turn. However, this lead did not last long as he spun on a slippery track, and this handed Vieira the lead of the group, which was being brought up at the rear by Ramiz Mohammed, who was trailing Jamaica's Natasha Chang. As Paul Vieira pulls away, the battle for second place was between Guyana's Danny Persaud and Cayman Islands' Gary Barrett. The 10-lap race all doesn't seem to be well with the Mazda Paul Vieira, and he begins to slow, allowing Danny Persaud to challenge for the lead. Vieira manages to hold him off for now. In the chasing pack, Natasha Chang is challenging for fourth place on Ramiz Mohammed. On to the leaders. The fight seems to be over for Vieira, who now slows rapidly on the track, and Danny Persaud zooms on past. Unfortunately, Mohammed's car bursts into flames as he came around by the pit exit.
It's just an isolated caution and that turn. The track is...
Danny Persaud goes on to win the race comfortably. With the officials trying to get the oil off the track, they sent in the drifters to entertain the fans while the work was being done.
Give it a nice show to the top turn, man. Yeah, man.
The Heavy Rollers, CMRC Group 4.
Peter Ray, you're the top Jamaican contender here at the second round of the CMRC. What's the feeling like?
Pretty good. Thought I was going to do a pretty good qualifying time, but got caught up in some traffic yesterday, and the 5 laps were all spoiled. Spun it out as well, 1 lap, but I think 4th on the grid, second row, so it's going to be an interesting dash the first corner. With the heavens opening up as it is, it's going to be real dicey out there, because on the dry track it's quite slippery.
How was qualifying yesterday? Qualifying is slippery. The track has a new surface, so we don't have as much traction as we hoped for. And now the rain is down, but we're going to give it all best. We're driving 2 cars today. 2 cars is Group 2, 2-liter Duratec sequential gearbox car, Ford Fiesta. It's a brand new car, first time out. And the other car is the Renault Megane. The Renault Megane, we may change drivers through the day with Franz Verschow, who is the team owner of the car before I purchased, because the backup crew for the Megane is out of Holland. So I have them here in Trinidad with me. The conditions are really inclement and the car is very slippery. So we may consider allowing Verschow to drive because of the experience situation with the inclement weather today. What's the game plan for today?
I start 5th on the grid. Christian Jeffrey is way out front, about 3 seconds ahead of me, but then we have Gerard Carrington 1.8 seconds, and then the other 3, we're all bunched within 0.3 of a second, so I'm gonna find some way to move ahead in the first lap or 2.
Christian Jeffrey, we're here at Wallerfield in Trinidad, and you set a lap record yesterday at qualifying. How was it?
Well, it's the first time we actually got grip going on the track, so as soon as I felt some grip underneath me, I started to push the car a bit more, and fortunately, everything worked out. We had a bit of a few glitches during qualifying, even though we posted the fastest time. But I mean, today the whole baby party is over. We have rain, so anything could happen at this point.
Well, all the best for today then.
Thank you very much.
Preparing for battle were Guyana's Christian Jeffrey, Trinidad's Franklin Boudram, Barbados' Doug Maloney, and Gerard Carrington. As the drivers set out for the race, the rain came, and the track was once again made slippery. On pole was the defending Group 4 CMRC driver Christian Jeffrey, as the drivers who did not have time to put on their intermediate tires were all treading cautiously on the wet and slippery track. So slippery was the track that the race hadn't even started yet, and Jamaica's Peter Ray spins out. The rolling start saw a drag race to the first corner, and it was the new lap record holder Christian Jeffrey who came out in the lead. Slotting into second was Trinidad's Christian Boodoo Singh, while Gerard Carrington was third.
Guys need to make it through to the entire race.
As they made it slowly onto the front straight, Group 3 winner Danny Prasad had made it into third. Down the very long front straight, and Jeffrey and Boodoo Singh are side by side. But it's Boodoo Singh who breaks first, and Jeffrey just manages to hold on to his lead. Some of the two-wheel drives found out the hard way that there still isn't much grip in the track. Barbados' Doug Maloney is keeping the Audi in contention, looking for a podium finish. Jeffrey made sure that Boodoo Singh wasn't going to try that move on the front anymore, and he opens a slight gap between them. Third is Carrington, who is tailed by Jody Ali, followed by Doug Maloney and Danny Prasad. On board with Doug Maloney, and right here we get a feel for how it was inside the car under the weather conditions. Onto the front straight, and they're about to lap Ajmal Mustafa as Jeffrey wins from Boodoo Singh.
Put it up a nice race. What was the best time minutes so far? In wet conditions, we came down to.
Despite the rain, the Wallerfield track was visited by Trinidad's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessa.
Thank you so much.
The fans were in place, all ready for more on-track action. For the second round of racing in Group 3, it was Danny Prasad on pole once again after his first race victory. Once again, Paul Vieira was carving his way through the field and repeated what he did in the first race, jumping to the front of the pack to challenge for the lead early. He first had to get by Natasha Chang, who wasn't about to give up her second place in the race that easily. But she was no match for the power under the hood of Vieira's car. Here's how it stands. Danny Prasad leads from Paul Vieira, then Natasha Chang, Gary Barrett, and then the local Group 3 cars at the back. Trinidad's Vieira continues to close in on Guyana's Danny Prasad, while Jamaica's Natasha Chang does battle with Gary Barrett on the front straight. Pushing to keep ahead of Vieira, Prasad soon comes up on the back markers, and here Zach Waddle gives him a bit of trouble to get by. As they came up on the white flag, Vieira knew his time was running out if he wanted to win this race and presses to pass Prasad. But he left the braking too late and ran wide, allowing Prasad to retake the lead out of the corner. Side by side, the seesaw battle had the crowd jumping as Vieira manages to go ahead once more. Prasad sees the inside open and tries to dive down into it. However, he has no momentum to make it stick, and Vieira holds on to win. Of course, we love to get involved with the off-track activities, and the Trinis having a time, boy. Back on the track, the Evolutions were proving to be a cut above the rest thus far. On the front row for the rolling start, Christian Jeffrey and Christian Boodoo Singh. Barbados' Doug Maloney was next to Trinidad's Gerard Carrington, and Jamaica's Peter Ray was next to Trinidad's Jody Alley. The green flag, and once again Jeffrey and Boodoo Singh are neck and neck. A look at the start again, on board with Doug Maloney. Wow! The acceleration of the Evos is incredible. Carrington goes down the inside of Boodoo Singh but can't make it stick. Jeffrey, who had won all 3 races at the opening round in Jamaica, was leading in this, the second race in Trinidad, from Boodoo Singh and Carrington. The fight for 4th place saw Jody Alley leading Doug Maloney and Peter Ray. But soon Alley fell out of contention, and it was Maloney who was 4th and Ray 5th.
Peter Ray out of Jamaica.
Alley slows and soon retires after just 1 lap. Leading is Jeffrey from Boodoo Singh, 3rd is Carrington, and whoa! That's Doug Maloney, and Peter Ray runs wide as well. The spin from Maloney's roof cap. On to the leaders. Christian Boodoo Singh gets past Christian Jeffrey, who was having some transmission problems in his car, but still not willing to give up easily. Down the front straight once again in the 12-lap race, and leading is Trinidad's Christian Boodoo Singh from Jeffrey. Carrington was still in 3rd, but not within striking distance. Danny Prasad was 4th. Peter Ray was trying to hold off Doug Maloney, who nips down the inside to move into 5th. But there will be no catching 19-year-old Christian Boodoo Singh, who goes on to win the second race from Christian Jeffrey and Gerard Carrington. That's CMRC Group 4 final race, and another Group 2 race next time on Race 1, Wallerfield.